Hey guys, Jessie here, and welcome back to my Young Justice Reaction series. Today we're moving on to the first episode of Season 3 of the series. So, on the last episode, we had a couple big things happen. The Reach was defeated, the Light got away with a giant, planet-sized war machine, and you know what? They're off to commit intergalactic war crimes. Because there's no Geneva Conventions in space, and apparently they're teaming up with, or more accurately probably working for, new gods? Like apocalyptian new gods? Specifically Darkseid, which shouldn't have been a big surprise, because we've already seen Desaad in Season 1, but like that's a heavy hitter. That's like a step up from everything we've seen the team deal with before. It was like mind-controlled Justice League, alien invasion, gods. We're just exponentially getting like more and more dangerous villains. And the last big thing that happened in the episode is that Wally West is fucking dead. I'm going to assume that he is in fact dead. Part of me thinks that he got lost in the Speed Force and that he might return, but that can only give me an unfounded sense of hope, and I can only be disappointed if I think he's not dead. So, based on all evidence and the fact that literally everyone in the show mourned him, I'm going to assume that he is dead and is going to stay dead, which kind of sucks. Because I think Wally West is the one character that got like the most on-screen character development. A lot of characters have changed drastically from Season 1, but I think a lot of that happened in like the time skip. Wally West went from a character I hated kind of in Season 1 because he thought he was the shit and flirted with literally every woman available. It was only after like Artemis showed up and kind of reined him in a little bit that he became, you know, quite likable. And I would assume that he would stay dead if it wasn't for the fact that Flashes have a tendency to die in comics when really they get lost in the Speed Force and make way for a new Flash to take the main mantle of Flash, or just give them a time to shine, and then they'll come back whenever anyone gets bored of the new guy. And you know what? That's what happened when Wally West first became the Flash. Barry got lost in time, or in between time, and Wally became objectively the best Flash. And I'm pretty sure when Wally and his wife and kids got lost in the Speed Force in Infinite Crisis, another Flash took up the mantle, but for now, he will be missed. But yes, since we are starting a new season, I'm excited to see how many years we're going to skip this time and what new and interesting characters are going to be a part of the team. But with that, let's go ahead and jump into the episode. Oh, well, this is new. Okay, I'm guessing this is, because the show got canceled and then brought back years later, so I'm guessing this is years later, because that's this DC animated universe intro thing, which was not there before. Two years later. Oh. Well, that's a little more reasonable than the 5-year time skip from last
We couldn't find a transplant.
season.
Sister, Anna, her heart just gave out.
Oh. Well, this is actively horrifying.
Initiating TAR protocol.
TAR protocol? Oh, fuck. No. This is my worst fear. I hate confined spaces, and the idea of drowning is the scariest thing in the world. Nope. Rest in peace, girl. Oh. Okay. Oh. They're turning kids into monsters and then making them child soldiers! Speaking of horrible ways to go. Hey, Strange. And Clark in your new 52 outfit.
Don't worry, Zach. Got you covered.
Hey, Black Lightning. Oh.
Touch you.
Kinda figured. I'll just zap Ugly here into Dreamland for a while.
Oh. Did he just kill a kid?
Scans indicate heart failure, and I'm reading a female, approximate age 14 Earth years.
Earth years?
Yes. I'm sorry, but this is a human girl, a child.
Oh. That's horrific, but maybe don't say that in front of Black Lightning, who accidentally just killed her. So it's gonna be a darker season. Oh, okay, so Young Justice is going through its angsty teenage phase.
Learn something from
Recognized. Steel.
Oh,
3,
that's
6.
an interesting new
Black
look.
Lightning. 2, 3.
Where are they?
already in the conference room. Most of them.
Also, Red Robin outfit there, Tim. Interesting. Spoiler!
Why isn't Lightning in costume?
I hereby call this emergency meeting of the Justice League to order. I see that all of the Leaguers stationed on Earth are here. Here on Earth, our ongoing struggle with metahuman trafficking has...
Struggle? Try disaster.
Teens and even kids are being abducted on an unprecedented scale.
God, the art style changed, didn't it? It definitely feels more like the DC animated movies. Don't know if I like
And
it.
even if they test negative, they're rarely seen again.
Metahumans are being treated as the next exploitable resource.
We are faced with obstacles at every turn. United Nations Secretary General Lex Luthor is using our UN Charter to place more and more restrictions on the League.
We have to assume he's working behind the scenes to turn other nations against us.
He's
Well-
hamstrung us. I mean,
Why not just leave the League? Like, if you do work independently.
Perhaps it's time to acknowledge that the League has outlived its usefulness on Earth.
You can still work as a team, just
Overstating things, don't
not
you
under the
think?
League name.
I don't. And I'm offering an alternative.
If your alternative is to disband the League, I think you are forgetting all of the good we do.
Did. But all that matters is the mission. And if the UN's
The mission.
to that mission, then we remove it by removing the League.
Bruce, please.
You are a founding member.
I'm sorry.
I immediately went from being on Bruce's side, and as soon as he mentioned the mission above everything else, I'm like, God damn it, Bruce. And oh shit.
This was a plan. You, Batman, and the others, you arranged this in advance.
you should.
And didn't tell his
We
wife.
can do a lot of good this way.
Well, you're off to a fine start. If you're leaving, leave.
That's gonna be a at-home discussion. And someone is going to end up sleeping on the couch.
Batman, I just resigned from the Justice League. And at least their leaders were elected democratically. I want nothing to do with Batman Incorporated.
Wait, is it actually Batman Incorporated, or is that like a jab? Because I do like it, Batman Inc. Like as a concept.
Perhaps Dick had the right idea.
Wait, what's Dick up to? Apparently he's in Moscow. And looking fine, I might add. He definitely just killed those dudes, but okay.
Nightwing, do you read?
Worried about me?
Worried you didn't get a sample of the tar before you blew the place.
Way ahead of you.
Was that flirting, Mr. Grayson?
Running analysis.
With me now is the princess's older brother, Prince Brion Markov. Prince Brion, you've just returned to Markovia after studying abroad for the last 2 years.
Yes, Kat. After my sister was taken, I felt the need
Oh.
to run away.
That is an accent. And some sideburns.
Not to rule.
Strong combo.
Crown Prince Gregor is heir to the throne because he was born 16 minutes before you. How does it feel to be just 16 minutes away from the crown?
Excuse me. We are ready to begin.
Oh, Prince Brion.
Cat Grant, have some tact in your professional life. Jesus Christ, lady.
Ladies and gentlemen.
You're a news source, not like a gossip column.
Dr. Jace,
Prince Brion.
did the results come back?
Brion, I've told you, I'm not comfortable with this. I'm your family's physician, not some kind of mad scientist. Yes, you tested positive for the meta gene.
Which means Tara...
Yes, Princess Tara would likely have tested positive as well.
Which explains why she was taken.
Which might explain it. Might. Even if your theory is...
So is Mutton Chops over here. He's definitely gonna be a villain, isn't he? He might be a hero, but you don't just drop the fact that he has the gene for meta abilities and not do anything with that.
2 leads. First, the Markovian Children's Hospital in Markovburg is using substantially more electricity than comparable facilities.
A children's hospital would make a great front.
Oh, a children's hospital, best place to, you know, steal children.
The second lead?
Dr. Simon X.
Girl, it looks like it's midday.
Alright.
Come on, time to get up. So, I guess your sleep schedule's kind of fucked if you perform, you know, as a vigilante at night. You don't go to bed till like 4 o'clock in the morning.
Here you go. Coffee?
Who the fuck are... Oh, Roy.
Hey, Roy. I mean, Will. Sorry, still not used to it.
Well, Richard, I mean, Dick.
Clone Roy.
This time.
Okay. The beard's a choice. Well, I'm glad they're staying together. The fact that, like, I think Huntress, that's not right. Artemis deserves a friend. Oh. Did the rating on the show go up? Because I think this is the first time we've seen blood in this show. Who didn't see this coming? Dodge that. Okay, if we see the bodies, the G rating definitely went up. Yep. They've gone domestic.
It's hard to explain.
Take your time.
It's Clark. I feel more of a
Need?
burden. More of a burden here on Earth to, you know, step up just one mission. And you can always count on me. I can prove it. I've been carrying this around for a month, waiting for just the right moment.
Is this the right moment?
I figure the moment's now.
Episode 1 of season 3? Because this feels like a season finale kind of plot point, so nothing can go right about this.
Yes!
Hey! Said yes though. That's nice. I'm glad. I'm happy for them.
I hear you trembling in your living rooms now.
I like the fact that last season he kind of redeemed himself in my eyes just a little bit, but I still don't like him.
Next in line is your nephew, Prince Gregor, correct?
Indeed. But Gregor is only 17. So until he comes of age next year, I will be acting as
I don't trust you. Also, these two guys are supposed to be 17.
Markovia viadzix caralis aronis.
That's a 28-year-old man.
No, forget it. Don't even start.
It's an entire metahuman trafficking syndicate that we can take down.
You were just
in one
here?
night. When it's all over,
Take you, stalker.
I can't.
I know what happened on Red, Jeff. But we can make sure something like that never happens again.
You're not hearing me. I'm not saying I won't. I'm saying I can't. My powers, they're not working. I'm useless. Broken.
I came for the man.
Maybe don't say that to, you know, Dick.
And I still need you on this.
Without powers, a human, a vigilante is worthless. I understand though that he's in a bad place right now.
Recognize. Hybrid B07.
Real cell there, Connor.
This all of us?
No.
Hey!
Don't give me that look. One mission only. Agreed? Agreed.
That's not gonna happen.
Short mission briefing en route.
It never happens whenever you say one mission only. It's never one mission. Either it's more than one mission or you die. Interesting. Ow. So that was my reaction to season 3, episode 1 of Young Justice, Prince's All. Interesting title. So this episode wasn't really like a standalone like beginning of a season episode. It definitely seems to be setting up either like major plots throughout the entire season or it's the beginning of an actual like arc. Yeah, it was more of just establishing the status quo again. And that status quo is, it's been 2 years. Lex has been fucking over the Justice League and putting more and more restrictions on what they can and can't do. And a bunch of the Justice League members left because of that. And they're off to do something. It's apparently led by Batman. It might be actual Batman Incorporated, or that might have just been a joke on Black Lightning's part and just a kind of wink wink nudge nudge to the actual organization that Batman has in the comics. But apparently Dick didn't even know anything about it, and Dick has been kind of separating himself from the Justice League and the team and been just doing solo missions and asking for help if he needs people for missions. I do like seeing Dick Grayson in a leadership role, but him being a solo hero is not anything extreme or out of character. But the show still shows the fact that people still really respect him, because there wasn't like a huge opposition when he came knocking and asked for help. They were just like, yeah, okay. But speaking of Dick, I wonder if that suit he was wearing earlier is his actual vigilante suit now, that's his Nightwing outfit, or if that is just his stealth suit. I hope it's the latter. I mean, it's not like a bad costume. It is a little bit Winter Soldiery, but I like the Nightwing costume. I wonder, because it seems that a lot of the costumes in this season are based on the New 52. And that might just be because it looks like they took a lot of inspiration in both the art style and the design from the animated movies that were coming out at this time. So I wonder if this world is going to, in the stories, are going to have New 52 influences, or if it's just because similar designer, so similar costumes. Which is a long roundabout way of saying I wonder if he's going to have a blue or red suit. If he does still have his Nightwing outfit. I'm hoping blue. I don't hate the red suit, I just don't like it. But it seems that, yeah, Dick is working with Oracle to take down metahuman trafficking rings. But I'm wondering, what's his relationship like with the rest of the Bat family right now? Because he seems close to, Babs, because they're keeping in touch and she's helping him with, dismantling this metahuman ring. But he also did know about Bruce leaving the Justice League, along with Tim, and Batwoman was there, and Spoiler was there, and there was, just a decent amount of Bat family characters. But it seems like Dick was the only one left out of the loop. But that just might be because he's not a part of the team or the Justice League. But I wonder if did he have a falling out? Is he less close with the rest of the Bat family members and is only really keeping in touch with Oracle? Also, when did Babs become Oracle? Was she paralyzed? I'm guessing she's paralyzed because you don't really have Babs go from Batgirl to Oracle without the Joker shooting her through the spine. I do think it's interesting that a lot of the characters, major comic book plots, are happening in between seasons. Babs' big defining comic, where she becomes Oracle, Killing Joke, happened in between seasons. Jason showing up and dying happened between seasons, so Death in the Family occurred. Tim showed up in between seasons, brought Spoiler along. If we go back to the mansion, is Damien there now? Did Under the Red Hood happen in between seasons? How many random Bat family members are there at this point? I'm just hoping that we end up seeing Cassandra Cain. But getting away from the Bat family, because the show isn't just like a Bat family show, it's just where my brain sometimes hyperfixates on. Connor and Megan are engaged. Interesting. That's gonna end badly. That can't end well. They can't just get like married happily like in the coming episodes. It's not. That's going to be a roller coaster, and it's going to be a will they won't they be able to get married, because it went too well at this point in episode 1 for not to end up a giant dumpster fire of a plot point later on. But good for them. Hope they're happy. Kind of weird at this point though, and I try not to think about the fact that Connor will forever look, 16, 17? I hope it's 18, but like no one's ever gonna question that. Like, okay, we'll just have to move on from that. But you know what? I'm just glad they're happy. And I'm glad that Megan seems to be more comfortable in her skin at this point, because she's not faking green anymore, and she's not, whenever she's Miss Martian instead of Megan, she isn't trying to look like super traditionally feminine all the time. Like, she's bald and has like the big like eyebrow bone area the way that John does, which I like. I think I don't know, I do sometimes hate that character design trope that happens a lot, where the male of the species looks like a horrific monstrosity, and then the lady of the species is just green. And that's not saying that like John looks horrifying or anything. It is just, here's John, he looks like a Martian. What about Miss Martian? She is a green ginger. But the fact that she looks more like John is, I think, fun. Also, yes, I do know that like all Martians technically don't even look like humans, they look like crabs, but I'm just saying generally design principles, and I just think this is neat. Going through the original team, moving on to Aqualad, he is the leader of the Justice League, or what's left of the Justice League at this point, but good for him. He kind of worked his way through literally everything, from going from being the leader of the team and working with that for years and years and years, and maturing as a character and as a person, and then apparently getting voted in to be the leader of the league. It kind of sucks that that is a plot point that happens in between seasons. I would have liked to see that, but it makes sense that a character that has been like the leader of a team that started out as just a junior Justice League, and over time the people he was leading became adults, and then he himself became adult, and then the team just became an extension of the Justice League. Because how many people in the team are actually like kids at this point? No, they're all fully grown adults, like in their 20s. And so as like he matured and like the team matured and like moved on, the fact that he ended up like just becoming the leader of the Justice League because he is a good leader makes sense. Though I don't think he deserves the stress that would have come along with that, but yeah, we saw a bunch of different characters, and I can't like mention them all. We saw Artemis, who is now living with Clone Roy at will, which I'm glad she's not just, living alone, that, she, even if she hasn't like moved on, that she has like a support system and a dog. The fact that Will decided to grow a beard, that's a choice. He doesn't even look like Roy anymore. There's like a weird thing that seems to have happened in the show where now every guy kind of looks the same now. Like they all have the same body type. Like Roy and Dick and Connor all look the same. And I think it's just the new art style they have, which I don't know if I'm a fan of, kind of has a strong same face syndrome going on. Like if you put Connor and Dick next to each other, and like at this point Dick should look older than Connor because Connor's stuck at a certain age. Like he shouldn't look any different, and yet he does. But if you put them next to each other and like remove the haircut, I think they would look exactly the same. And yeah, we got introduced to a couple new characters, but not like super new characters, at least not to me. I think the one that they are really focusing on is Black Lightning, which is an interesting choice. for a show that's called Young Justice. But I don't think the show has been about the Young Justice since season 1. I have a feeling that Black Lightning is going to be kind of similar in his role to Blue Beetle last season, where, yeah, there's like a handful of new characters, but they really only focused on like 1 or 2, which was Blue Beetle and Impulse last season. So I think he is going to take that role of a character that they kind of focus on this season and like his character development, and I'm guessing his guilt for accidentally killing that girl. And I have a feeling that his guilt is what's holding him back from using his powers. That's going to be a psychological thing rather than something physical, that he thinks he went too far when using his powers. And so now there's a mental block that's keeping him from regularly using his powers now. It's him thinking about the accidental death every single time he uses them. And it's going to be him understanding that, yes, you did this horrible thing. Yes, it was an accident. And you'll just have to move on and try to do better. But I don't know what to think about the rest of the plot with the royals and the assassinations. I don't know if we have enough information to know what that has to do with the metahuman trafficking, and if the previous king and queen were in on it and that's why they got shanked in the middle of the night, or if it was something else, or if it was the guy who's now vying for power, if he ordered it. Like, there's just so many variables up in the air and stuff we just don't know about for me to start speculating on that. So, but yeah, interesting first episode. I'm intrigued to see where it's gonna go from here. So that was my reaction to Season 3, Episode 1 of Young Justice, Prince's All. If you like this reaction, don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. It really helps out the channel and keeps me motivated to keep making more of these. So thank you so much for watching, and as always, I'll see you next time. Bye.